Fall damage reduction has been a valuable perk historically in Call of Duty. In Modern Warfare 3, the climbing boots provide this benefit, but I question how useful these boots actually are when you can survive a jump from the top of Rust without them, which wasn't something you could do back in the day. Welcome to the channel, by the way. My name is D. In this video, we're going to be answering 3 questions. What is the highest height you can fall from without dying in multiplayer? How much higher can you fall with climbing boots? And are climbing boots ultimately worth using in this game? I've done extensive testing to answer these questions, so if you haven't yet, if you could tap that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. By default, the highest you can fall from and survive is 14 meters. This means you can survive just about every jump in traditional multiplayer as long as you have full health. The iconic jump from the top of Rust is a 12-meter drop, and it only takes up to 2/3 of your health away. The jump from the building in Quarry and the roof on Underpass are both a 14-meter drop, and you can survive both of these by falling, jumping, or diving. If you didn't know, jumping and diving increases fall damage taken, so a tip for you here: if you are damaged and need to take a fall, it's better to simply walk off a ledge rather than jumping off of it. The only lethal fall I can find in traditional multiplayer maps is when you jump from the roof of high rise into the red pit. This is a 14.5-meter fall, and it will kill you when you jump, dive, or simply fall. So let's bring the climbing boots into the picture now that we know the limits. As you can see, you can make this jump on high rise with the climbing boots on, which guarantees, at least in traditional multiplayer, that you can survive any fall with climbing boots. Although you can pretty much already do that normally in the 6v6 maps. The only time you will see falls larger than this high-rise fall are in large-scale combat maps in Ground War. I was expecting to be able to jump off the 11 Resort roof and survive, but I guess the climbing boots aren't that effective. The max height you can survive a fall with the boots on is 18 meters. And this is for a fall only. If you jump or die from this height, you'll die. But a 17-meter fall is safe for all possible scenarios with the combat boots. I imagine you feel underwhelmed just as I did when I discovered that's all climbing boots can do. An additional 3 meters to the max height is not much of an advantage at all, and I wouldn't recommend using climbing boots specifically for increasing the height you can fall from. The main benefit you get from these boots is the option to fall while you are damaged. I'm not discussing these numbers, but I thought I'd briefly share the spreadsheet I use for testing for those of you interested. Fall damage does not scale linearly with height, but particularly in multiplayer, the trend seems to be a 50 to 50% reduction to fall damage with the climbing boots equipped. This means that you can survive any fall in a traditional map with at least 50% of your health. If you are damaged more than 50%, you still risk death, and the climbing boots won't help you at all. You may have noticed the climbing boots do more than reduce fall damage. The description says it increases climbing and mantling speeds. I also tested these to see if the boots can bring any more to the table. The speed increase across the board is roughly 25%, and in practice this shaves 1.5 seconds off the quarry ladder climb, which is something, but it's very niche, and in all honesty, I barely notice any difference in speed when it comes to mantling. So I don't really think climbing boots are very useful when it comes to increasing your mobility. In my opinion, this perk is essentially a survivability perk. It really only comes to play when you need to escape a gunfight and down is the only option you have to go. But even if you have less than 50% of your health, you're still risking death. So are climbing boots worth using? I don't really think they are, to be honest. Dying from falls is fairly rare as is in Modern Warfare 3 with how low fall damage is. Maps do have more verticality this year compared to recent CODs, but there's only a handful of falls that will significantly damage you. There are also options available like stim shots that will recover your health so you can survive 95% of the jumps in this game unless an enemy is lasering you while you fall. And if that's the case, you're probably dead already anyway. The climbing boots are a very niche perk and I don't see the appeal of them when you have much stronger boot options. But that's just me. Will you be using the climbing boots? Let me know in the comments below. I know you're interested in improving at Call of Duty, so here's some videos to help you gain an advantage. Please don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.